Hi, fourth graders. Welcome to Book a Day. Today we are going to read a book called The Rough Patch, written and illustrated by Brian Lies. Today's vocabulary word is the word barren. Repeat, barren, 2 syllables. Barren is an adjective. It's a describing word. It means empty or bare, like a lonely desert where nothing can grow. Barren. I want to prepare you emotionally for this one. Today's book is sad. Have you ever owned a pet before? Have you ever lost something that's important to you? You might have some strong connections with our story today. Let's read. Evan and his dog did everything together. They played games and enjoyed sweet treats. They shared music and adventure. They were together all through the day and through the seasons. But what they loved most was working in Evan's magnificent garden. If something's magnificent, that means it's amazing. Magnificent garden. He must have had a really great garden. There, everything they planted grew as big and as beautiful as the sky above them. But one day, the unthinkable happened. Oh no. Evan laid his dog to rest in a corner of the garden, and nothing was the same. Sometimes in life, when things are really tough, when it first happens, it feels like nothing will ever be okay. I think that's how Evan is feeling right now. Evan shut himself away inside. Without his best friend, the garden was just a barren and lonely place. One morning, he found himself with a hoe in his paws. A hoe is a garden tool, H-O-E, hoe. It means like a garden tool that's used to chop apart things. Swinging angrily, he slashed the garden to the ground. He must have been feeling big feelings. He hacked it all to bits and threw everything into a heap. But fourth graders, a good place won't stay empty for long. New plants sprouted and stretched toward the sky. Weeds. Itchy ones, spiky and prickly ones, foul-smelling ones. These weeds suited Evan just fine. So he took care of them. If Evan's garden couldn't be a happy place, then it was going to be the saddest and most desolate spot he could make it. I wonder how that connects to our vocabulary word. And soon it was. When Evan found a pumpkin vine sneaking in under the fence, he raised his hoe to chop it. But then he considered its prickly stems, fuzzy leaves, and spidery, twisty tendrils. He let it be. As the pumpkin vine grew, Evan cleared the weeds from its path and watered it. The vine responded to his care. Around the time the evening air began to cool, Evan felt an old, familiar sense of excitement. It was Fair Week. Have you ever been to the state fair? He loaded up the pumpkin and drove to town. Wait a minute, look at this illustration. I love how the illustrator is communicating how heavy that pumpkin is. Look at, the truck is like weighted down with the pumpkin. That is a really big pumpkin. He took care of important fair business. Let's look at these illustrations, fourth graders. Weighing the pumpkin, playing a game where you throw a ball at some jars, the roller coaster. Oh, I hate roller coasters. And gobbled down some delicious fair food. What's your favorite fair food? He caught up with some friends too. It felt good to be out again, even if it wasn't quite the same. Look, he's hanging out with his foxes. Evan's pumpkin won third place. Prize is $10 or one of the pups in that box, the judge said. I'll take the 10, said Evan. I was thinking something different might happen. But as he claimed his prize, he heard a scrabbling sound inside the box and thought it wouldn't hurt to just look. Fourth graders, we have to make an inference right now. What do you think Evan selected? I'm going to go back. But as he claimed his prize, he heard a scrabbling sound inside the box and thought it wouldn't hurt to just look. Here's our next picture. What did Evan do? When we think about characters in the story, we try to take note of how is this character changing throughout the course of the story. Our character, Evan, changed quite a bit. He lost his very best friend, and then, slowly but surely, he came around and he adopted a new dog. Today's vocabulary word is barren. It's an adjective, a describing word. It means empty or bare. How does the word barren connect to our book a day? Oh, I know. I would say after Evan lost his dog, he chopped down his garden so that it was completely barren, so that it was completely empty and bare, because he had so many big feelings about losing his dog. Fourth graders, thank you for joining me for our book a day. That was a sad one. That was a hard one. I think it's a good reminder of when you feel big feelings, it's okay to really feel them. And also, if you have a trusted adult to talk with, poor Evan didn't, but if you do, that's a really good resource.